Hello once again everyone, and welcome back to the off and on series of Getting More Out of Capoferro. Joining me once again is Jacob, and we're going to be going over plate number 17, where we start talking about the near foot void before we get into the rear foot void. So, what is the near foot void? It is the idea of I'm going to take my near foot, so in this case my right foot, pick it up, turn it, and set it over to my right. Now the reason I have to turn instead of just stepping this way is if I do this rapidly, my weight will go over it not in such a great way, and also because my core is forward, I'm still tethered to where I was. If I turn it, I'm essentially just going from here to looking at the camera, which means that my core is nice and stable, and I'm able to quickly do this while staying pretty strong. The other benefit, of course, is that because I have my foot against where I just put my weight, I can control it, and I can even lean more or less onto it as I need to. So, the action itself, however, is just a simple void. We both start on the outside the terza. I find his sword and he's going to cavazione and strike me in quarta at the face. So he goes ahead and strikes, boom, and that's what we're dealing with. Now, I'm not going to be interacting with his sword at all. I'm going to be voiding entirely out of the way, so he'll go ahead and do a real lunge on this one, and I will step well to the side and he'll basically run onto the sword. So, I find his sword, out. And I just end up striking him in the chest or in the face or wherever really, and his sword is no danger because I'm nice and strong on my right foot. The biggest thing you need to remember when you do this is, number one, wait till the sword is a threat. So we'll do this one slowly. I want to wait now. When it's passing my sword, the same place I would do a hand parry is when I then void my body. Because yours just kind of hangs out in space and turns to quarta. The other thing you want to look out for is making sure that you pull your left arm back. A lot of people leave it where it is and it gets stabbed because that's right where your head used to be. So, one more time and then we'll switch sides and show it on that side. So, we're here, I find the blade, hop, nice and simple, nice and strong, I strike him, I go home. Switch sides. Find the sword, hop, nice and secure, I'm all good. Now, we come to the counter to this and we'll switch sides again to show it. Just like with all of our other counter actions, if I want to do a counter to it, I need to provoke him, make it fire without going forward. So we're both in terza to the outside. He finds my sword. I am going to feint by cavazione. So I drop and make it look as though I'm about to extend. He fires a shot. Okay? Now the trick here is to parry this sword and not set him up for more. I need to do a circular parry. So I'm going to drop the tip underneath, bring it back around. So now his sword is going where his body is not, and I will be able to take this new target. I like to do this with an advance because I like to really force someone to want to void their body. You got to give them more than just the sword. So I like to go ahead and do an accrescere, use my back foot to come up to complete the advance, and then I'll strike on the passing step. So I'll show just the circular parry again. So we're here to the outside, he finds me, accrescere, up and around to get that parry, and this time I didn't end up moving my left foot, but you get the idea. I come up with the advance, and then now all I need to do is just like 2 weeks ago, I drop the tip, pass underneath, and get him in the ribs. Reason we're going for ribs instead of over is because he can of course do a rising falso if he had to parry that, and that's bad news for me because it sets him up for a heck of a cut. By going low, his only option would be to try and bring his tip across, which is a lot harder to do once you're like this, because it just doesn't train quite well with the body. So here's that again, slowish, and then we'll do one kind of regular speed. He finds my sword, feint, up, pass. Make sure to aim your tip before you pass. You'll drop, aim, fire. So now here it is a little more regular, so we'll get a little more distance. Nice and straightforward. Thank you. And that's all there is. So our introduction to the idea of voiding, it's pretty straightforward. The same tempo that you would do any sort of offhand work. You just move your body instead. This lead foot takes a little bit of time to get used to, but the best way of thinking about it is you are just literally facing the other direction, and that really does make life a lot easier. And with time and practice, it becomes pretty much second nature. Of course, after you fire it, boom, you just bring the back foot in and you're set again. And so when it comes to the counterattack, you need to make sure that you are parrying as you move forward, and always take those unorthodox angles. But otherwise, thank you, Jacob. Thank you all very much for watching. We'll hopefully try and keep this more regular, but we will go over some other techniques another time.